We have plenty of share in front of us, so I think we're going to have to work a bit harder to get the same results and much harder to get better results. So our plan is to work much harder. Clean water, safe food, abundant energy, and healthy environments. All these we believe are businesses and opportunities with legs. So we believe it's meaningful next year, it's meaningful in out years, and honestly we believe that it probably builds momentum over time. So we see these issues playing out every day. So as food ships longer distances, as water becomes more dear, particularly in emerging markets, as energy continues to play a big and vital role in the economy and just consumerism generally, all these things play out well for us. The changes we're all going to see in society over, say, the next 10, 15 years will be much greater than we've certainly seen over the last 10 to 15 years, and they've been substantial. So I think this technology wave that we're really, I think, on the cusp of is an area that can really drive us forward if we get it right. And if you miss it and others play it better than you do, I think it can be transformative in a bad way. We're in a number of them. I would say some were greenfield exercises, taking some of our capabilities, identifying adjacent markets where they made sense. I mean, food retail would be a business that we weren't in at all 15 years ago. And we're now the market leaders in key regions around the world, because as the food retailers got into the prepared food business, not just the raw or uncooked food business, their risk changed, and our food safety capabilities suddenly became quite meaningful to them. We have a lot of technology that is leverageable in those industries and can bring real value in those industries as well, but it really took the team that was focused on that market to understand how to best leverage that technology. So I don't think a company can ever just sit and think that whatever business it's in today is going to keep them whole for the future. So somehow the human race has decided big companies are somehow safe and stable. And I would say the facts over the last 50 years would suggest completely otherwise. And that if companies aren't rapidly changing on a continuing basis, their risk is increasing, not decreasing. I expect the technological change and impact on business to be radically more different in the next 10 years than say it was in the last 10 or 20. There's going to be people who embrace it, take advantage of it, figure out how to capitalize on it, and as a result, position their business for a longer run. And there are those who miss it, and we're all trying to make sure we're on the previous bus. Technology plays a role in certainly plays a role in every business. I mean, none of us could operate today without our ERP backbones. We're now all using this offensively too. So it's moved out of the utility shed into how we do business. So what do? We try to help customers solve problems. Oftentimes they're in commercial operations. We leverage technology, but we also leverage sales and service people. We have 25,000 of our 45,000 people are customer facing. And while they're in there, they're often collecting data. We're trying to present a picture for customers that they can't gather themselves, given our reach. And so technology clearly has a huge role to play in our ability to gather more data, more meaningful data, collect it in a more meaningful way, collate in a more meaningful way, and ultimately use it as a more predictive tool to make our service more efficient, but frankly, more beneficial to customers as we go forward. What's exciting is that we know this is really just scratching the surface, that we're just understanding how to leverage this for full advantage. And really, as we play this out, we're learning more and more, and we will have better answers to this question in the years to come. R&D has always been a very important part of our growth story. We try to take the known challenges, in many cases, known technology, leverage it, package it, bundle it, understand it, and create unique offerings that solve complex challenges for our customers. And this has been a very good recipe for us. And I would say our organization is geared to do this quite well. What's changing is the mix of technologies that we're using and deploying to solve these problems. So I would say if you went back 20 years, it was principally chemistry. It's increasingly becoming dispensing, measurement, and monitoring devices. It's increasingly becoming technologically linked via the web so that we can monitor and do other things. And so while often it may use chemistry solutions, it's not uniquely chemistry solutions anymore. And so this has also had a change in how we have to organize our innovation resources internally, particularly on the IT side. So IT for a long time was really principally utility for us, i.e. run our backbone ERP and keep the computers running, all stuff which is really valuable, and you recognize how valuable it is when it doesn't happen. But also we're asking our IT team to be much more a part of our development and innovation process so we can leverage those technologies in an integrated way into how we're trying to help customers. There's two areas I'd point to where I think skill sets are rapidly changing. One is field management, and that there's two things. There's this ongoing challenge of talent development and making sure our people are ready to handle changing needs of our customers. And two, it's compounded by technological changes in both the technology they've got to service and leverage, and also the technology they need to deploy to do their jobs. So there's a lot of change happening at the field management level, which for almost every company is the most important level in driving customer satisfaction, retention of the most important people, the people that face customers every day. And the other, I think, in this innovation space around leveraging technology and doing it in a different way. So we're asking people with really deep domain knowledge in certain spaces to partner with people with different technological competencies to tackle problems in a different way than they thought of previously. Because the technological capabilities that we have today are much different than they were, say, 5 years ago, even 3 years ago. The speed at which that CEOs in the future are going to have to work to drive and manage change is probably going to be one of the most important determiners, right, of success. You're going to have to see around the corner, but you have to get the organization around the corner. You have to get it around the corner in one piece, moving together. And that's a host of different skills. And I think that's going to be probably the most important set of skills, because I think the amount of change coming is going to be dramatic, and those that can adapt and move rapidly are going to be hugely advantaged versus those that can't.